you. Is there a huge gap when we look at the NFC where it's Niners, Philly, and then everybody else?
I think there is right now. Right now, I mean, what's to me what separates the Niners and Philadelphia is obviously the play callers, the quarterback, and for both respective teams, the in the trenches offensive line, for both of those squads and defensive line. Matter of fact, they're just built from top to bottom a little bit. I think there's quite a bit of separation between those two organizations and the other ones. Now, I do think the Lions are, a team that they're kind of they're as Prom would say, they're coming. Ben Johnson, their offensive coordinator, I think he's going to be a head coach in this league probably next year. He is such a great, innovative play caller. The Lions have some of the things that I just mentioned. Elite offensive line. The quarterback, Jared Goff, is playing well. So I think the Lions are kind of that team that's right on the cusp of that coming up to that next level.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. The Detroit Lions, to me, feel like the third best team in the NFC. Now, I get it. They're right there, according to our ESPN FBI, of having the third best chance, along with the Cowboys, to get out of the NFC and get to the Super Bowl. Yeah. But with the way that the Detroit Lions are built, to me, the thing that jumps out on tape is the physical toughness. Like my former teammate Dan Campbell, tight end in Dallas Cowboys, like he was a tough guy. He was rugged. He was physical, always in your face, and the team personifies that. Said no one ever. But the team basically is taking on that type of identity. They run the football. They are physical. They're third in total pressures on the defensive front in terms of getting after opposing quarterbacks. The only concern I have about Detroit is what's happening on the back end with some of the injuries that they've suffered with C.J. Gardner-Johnson and Emmanuel Mosley. But overall, I like the composition of this team, and they're only going to get better as those young skill position players continue to improve. As we see more from Jahmyr Gibbs when he's back healthy, Jamison Williams when he gets back, Sam Laporta, the tight end out of Iowa, rookie, nice. He's outstanding. So when those guys continue to get better, I think that team will get better. But here's the thing that I feel good about with Detroit. They have an identity. They know who they are. They know who they ain't. So unlike the Dallas Cowboys, I get the consistency week to week from the Detroit Lions, and that's why I think that they're the third best team in the conference, right behind the 49ers and the Eagles.
Yeah, I agree with a lot of that. I do think there's a big gap. Before I tell you the team that I think is there, two things about Detroit. Jared Goff's top 5 quarterback.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Unquestionably.
I agree with that.
And Aiden Hutchinson absolutely should be in the conversation for Defensive Player of the Year.
Yep.
Absolutely, the way that he is playing. Jacksonville should have taken him number 1. The New Orleans Saints for me. The New Orleans Saints, one, I think have a defense that is a standard setter when it comes to some things. We say the San Francisco 49ers defense, absolutely deservedly so, and even the Jets and the Cleveland Browns, they are a standard setter in 2 ways. Number one, I don't think there's a defense in football that knows their weakness better than New Orleans. They know that you know that weakness, and they protect against it at an exponentially well rate. 2, I think one of the things that they do better, and this is super nerdy, is simulated pressures, meaning they put like 6 or 7 guys up at the line of scrimmage. Only 4 of them are going to actually be the rusher. You just don't know which 4. So they challenge everybody on your offense, not just the quarterback. You know this, offensive lineman and communication. And Derek Carr, like week by week, has started to get just a step or 2 better. Just a step or 2 better. Now, there are 3 or 4 like misses a game that are just slightly off from, I think, this offense finally becoming what it can be. But he's definitely got the connection with Michael Thomas. Rashid Shaheed is a blazer, an absolute blazer. Alvin Kamara is back. Chris Olave is one of the best receivers in football, not one of the best young, one of the best receivers in football. The interior of the offensive line still gives me concerns. What?
Go. You keep going.
But that defense, I think, is at like 14 straight games. They're at 14 or 15 straight games of giving less than 21 up. That defense is very special. And that, against like a San Francisco or a Philly, I think that defense gives them a chance.
Listen, I couldn't I thought about New Orleans. I couldn't put him there because of the quarterback. Yeah. I mean, the quarterback.
Wait, can I push back 1 second?
Yeah.
Do you have Detroit third, and then you have you have New Orleans third?
I probably realistically put Detroit third, but like it's that group for me. It's that group, Molly, is like Detroit, New Orleans, probably Dallas still, and Seattle, and maybe the Rams. So it's
So you have Dallas like 5th?
I have Dallas 5th in the conference, maybe 6th.
He's never been, I feel like, high on Dak in Dallas.
Me?
Yeah.
I always tell the truth about them. That's why people. Now, I thought 3 weeks ago, if I'm being honest, like I thought they were the best team in football after watching them. Now, seeing how bad the Giants are and whatnot, I have a different perspective, and that was before the injury to Trayvon Diggs.
Yeah.
But I think the Cowboys are a good football team, but I can't put them above Detroit or New Orleans because I don't think Dallas has a bona fide lockdown unit. Like Chris, you talked an identity. I don't think Dallas goes into a game going, this unit is going to be the reason we win the game. Like Detroit can go, our offense can go. I think Detroit's offense can go with anybody.
Yeah.
I think New Orleans' defense can go with anybody. I don't know if there's a quarterback throwing it better than Matthew Stafford with the Rams right now. So I don't know if Dallas has like a thing they can hang their hat on.
All right, way to work Matthew Stafford in there. Carry on.
Right?
There's not a quarterback throwing
No,
the ball better.
it was nice that you just worked that in.
Listen, New Orleans defense is legit, but
What's your hesitation with Derek Carr?
There's like 3 or 4 misses in a game. He like throws that a guy of his caliber should be making every week. He should not be missing some of the throws that he's been missing in these games, and that's my hesitation with the New Orleans Saints. I'm not putting New Orleans over Dallas, not right now. I think sometimes, I'm not putting New Orleans over Dallas right now. Listen, I think here's the thing.
Wait a minute,
hold on.
Lines up against that standstill junk from Dallas.
Listen,
they will get skunked.
No, I don't know about skunked now. Dan, skunked?
Coach, you see New Orleans defense?
I've seen New Orleans defense.
Kimberly,
Yes.
which star wide receiver needs a change of scenery most?
I'm going to make this quick. It's Justin Jefferson. Because not only is the current quarterback on the last year of his deal, and we don't know what Kirk Cousins' future is, but beyond Kirk Cousins and who the quarterback is, Justin Jefferson is still waiting to get paid.
Yeah.
And he is the best receiver in the NFL, in my opinion. So the fact that he has not gotten his money, and I don't know who the quarterback is, he's got to go.
I love that answer.
Great answer.
I love that answer. I don't think the Vikings. I think the Vikings, just in that regard, have one question to figure out: how do we keep Justin Jefferson real quickly? Because I do love that. I think if I was Indy, I would call, because I'm at least going to make Minnesota tell me no. If I was Indy, I would call. If I was Houston, with the way I'm seeing C.J. Stroud play, I would call. And if I was the Kansas City Chiefs, I would call. I don't know if if I was Minnesota, I wouldn't trade him, but I'm at least making the call. I'll say CeeDee Lamb. I really feel this way for the Dallas Cowboys. The way that he doesn't get used blows my mind. I am in no way saying CeeDee Lamb is Justin Jefferson or Cooper Kupp or Jamar Chase, but I watch those offenses constantly move those guys to create matchups, constantly get them off the ball to give them an opportunity to win. Force feed him the ball. I watched on Sunday in a game where the Bengals played without T. Higgins against the Cardinals, so the Cardinals know they're only going to throw the ball to Jamar Chase. They throw it to him 19 times. They just don't throw him the football enough. And I think that CeeDee Lamb is at least talent-wise worthy of 10 to 12 targets a game. And if the Dallas Cowboys aren't going to throw him the ball, if I was CeeDee, I'd be like, just trade me. Like, just trade me because you're not using me, and it's going to hinder his ability to make income. There's no question about it. So I would say CeeDee Lamb, he's 30th in the NFL in target share, meaning there's 29 guys who get thrown the football on a more consistent basis at wide receiver than CeeDee Lamb. That's inexplainable.
Yeah. Through 5 games this season, just 1 receiving TD.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bad.
That's a good way of putting it.
What do you think?
People at home don't even know what's going on, Dan. Come on.